So you want to buy a chainsaw mill, huh? You want to get into it. You've done a little research. Maybe you want to buy one. This one's mine. We're going to go over our cost, how much that I have into it versus what I got for boards. So now, maybe that's your obstacle. Maybe your obstacle is that you got to clear it with your wife. Try to convince her that you're not going to cut your arm off and that it's worth your time. Well, I can show you that it's worth your time. I can show you that you can save money, but you got to be able to be the one that doesn't cut your arm off. So stick with us, stay tuned here. We're going to go over some numbers that I have for some boards that I've already made, and then maybe some projects that I'm going to do in the future as well, but we won't count that on this one, so we'll start from there. Okay everybody, so it is November 20th, I think, today, and it's cold, so I got a little fire going again. I like to start fires out here as I'm monkeying around. I can burn up some of my scrap wood that I have laying around. I think it was 15 degrees this morning. The sun is starting to come up over there. Well, it's up, I guess, but it's going to be pretty much mid-morning now here for us. So let's talk about the sawmill that I have. I have an Alaskan sawmill. I don't know if this is going to focus in on it. G777, the Granberg model. Now, I did buy this mill at least 5 years ago, maybe even 6, 7, 8 years ago. I have made some boards with it. I did do a door for my chicken coop, and I did do some boards for my shed, which I needed. At the time, this was several years back, but I really didn't get into making boards until recently, trying to do some projects here around the house and a deer stand. So that's going to be my next project, which I've talked about several times. So this is it. This is a mill. It gets some torque specs on there. Make sure that you have this tightened down good when you're milling, right? Because stuff can vibrate loose. So let's see what this cost me. As I have about $150 into the mill. That's what I paid for it. I bought it on Amazon, you know, like I said, several years ago now. They do have cheaper ones. Okay, so $150 for the mill. If you look on Amazon, you can get an off-brand one for about $100. A little bit of tax and shipping, I suppose, on that. So, you know, if I had to do it again, I would buy the cheaper mill, because simply they're all going to work. I don't see why they wouldn't work. They're all made the same. There's plenty of YouTube videos actually out there how to make your own mill. So if you want to even get crafty like that, you can do it from scraps you probably have laying around. The chainsaw, of course, I don't count my chainsaw in my cost, but my chainsaw did cost me $500. I did buy it used, and I did buy it on eBay. So yep, a little trusting with that, and I've had that as well 5, 6 years, maybe even longer. And put the camera down here, and I've had no issues with it. So the chainsaw worked out really good. The mills worked out really good. The reason I don't count the cost of my chainsaw is because I burn wood, and when I burn wood, the chainsaw pays for itself. Just, I mean, in a month or two, in 2 months, versus an electric bill or propane bills. And when you go get your own wood, it's very cost effective to buy yourself a chainsaw. I did buy a ripping chain for this, so on my saw here, I did buy a ripping chain, and it is a Carlton brand. It's one that I just bought it on eBay, and a guy was just making them, obviously. So the chain was $20 on eBay, plus some little bit of tax on that and a couple dollars shipping. So, you know, I'd say I got like $25 into the chain. I will include that in the price of this, simply because I did just buy it. So in my mind, running some numbers, I'm looking at paying it off. 2x4s, now these are like Menards pricings, right? Big box store pricings. 2x4 right now is selling for $2.17. Plus tax. The ones that I've made roughly $66.30 worth. 2x6s are selling at $6.22 after your 5% rebate and all that. I have made roughly $13.18 worth. I guess a couple other 2x4s, another 20 bucks that I've made. Ones that I'm going to make, the 10-foot 2x4s, I'll need 4 of those, and that's $27.97. A couple more 2x4 8-footers, $17. Actually 4 more, $17.28. And if you were to get plywood for what I'm going to build, it'd be $179.57 roughly for the plywood, bringing my total of lumber up to $348.09. $348.09 roughly versus for my lumber, versus $150 for the mill, another 70 for the, or sorry, another 20 for the ripping chain, and then I'm going to include another $40 worth of gas and oil. So that brings that total up to about $210. So there is a little bit of savings on there for your first one. Now if you're going to build multiple things, 2 or 3 of them, the next one's basically that I'm going to build, I'm just going to mill everything myself. I'm going to do my footings or my 4x4s and everything. I am going to buy treated 4x4s for this one, but my next one I'm not going to. So that was going to save me $278. So between the 2 of them combined, it'll be roughly $448 that I will save. Now, that's a lot of money on just messing around. Yes, I'm going to build a deer stand or a chicken coop, or maybe you want to build a shed. You can build a 10 by 10 foot shed. If you're really ambitious, you can do it. Another thing with me here is that I am about 2 hours away from any of those places. So to get lumber at that cost, I got to drive 2 hours one way, 4 hours round trip, 5 hours with the stop. Then I got to get lunch. So I got $70 worth of gas wrapped in there. I got $10, $12 for a lunch wrapped in there. It's just, it all adds up. So if I buy local lumber here at the smaller town, it's $5.80 right now for one 2x4. So that does start to add up. So for me, it's worth it. If you're going to build one project, one board maybe, or sorry, one building, one thing, it might not be worth it. It might be better off for you to go ahead and purchase your lumber for that. But if you don't mind a little bit of hard work, and it is hard work, it takes time to do this, right? I got to go cut all the lumber and get all that stuff ready to go. So that's my mill. Right over here is the lumber that I did go and cut. I don't know about if my math's right. These boards, or these logs that I have here, some of them are sawed off there I'll use for firewood, but this should be enough for me to finish my deer stand. And it's all right here. I just have to take the time and do it. I've got it already. Everything's pretty much cut to length that I need on these, so I just have to go ahead, spend some time milling this up. Today's Sunday, so I might mill some of these up today. We'll see how it goes. I got a lot of other stuff that I do have to do, so I just wanted to make a quick video today about this chainsaw mill, the model that it is, the make that it is, and to tell you that it is worth it. So if you're interested in this at all, go ahead, take the plunge, buy it. Maybe you don't use it right away. Maybe it takes a few years, like it took me 5 years roughly to use it. It pays itself off. It's worth it. So I say go ahead and purchase it, and good luck milling and have fun. And as always, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you can. I really appreciate it. Everybody have a great day.